Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Our report is all about Chapter 11, Pricing Issues in Channel Members. We are the reporters, Alvarez Mary Joy G, yours truly, Dizon IVR, De Vera Pamela G, Evangelista Lian K.A., and Tolentino Tricia. I am the first reporter. My report is all about anatomy of channel pricing structure. Pricing in the marketing channel can be thought of as analogous to who get what piece of the pie. That is, participants at the various levels in the channel each want a part of the total price, the price paid by the final buyer, sufficient to cover their costs and provide a desired level of profit. Meaning of the price in marketing channel are analogous or similar. For example, the price of shampoo is 6 pesos and also to other stores, they have the same pricing strategy. Yung price, ito yung total amount na binili ng buyer kapalit ng items na pinurchase niya. Guidelines for developing effective channel pricing strategies. The guidelines presented here offer some general prescriptions on how to formulate pricing strategies that will help to promote channel member cooperation and minimize conflict. Obviously, there is no guarantee that even scrupulous adherence to these guidelines will ensure this result. In fact, there are sure to be many particular circumstances and situations where some of these guidelines will not apply or will be irrelevant. Nevertheless, these guidelines are worthy of study because they do provide a basic framework and benchmark for pricing decisions that incorporate channel considerations. This is just perceptions or guide, but there are circumstances na hindi nasusunod yung guidelines sa price. Iba't iba kasi yung mga suppliers na pinagkukuhanan ng bawat businesses. Kaya nakadepende pa din sa puhunan kung paano nila ito ibebenta. In fact, this is just a guideline. It's up to you whether you follow or not. The guidelines are as follows. Each efficient reseller must obtain unit profit margin in excess of unit operating cost. Number 2, each class of reseller margins should vary in rough proportion to the cost of the functions the resellers performs. Number 3, at all points in the vertical chain channel levels, prices charges must be in line with those charged for comparable rival brands. A special distribution arrangement, variation in function performed or departures from the usual flow of merchandise should be accompanied by corresponding variations in financial arrangement. Number 5, margins allowed to any type of reseller must conform to the conventional percentage norms unless a very strong case can be made for departing from the norms. Number 6, variations in margins or on individual models and styles of a line are permissible and expected. They must, however, vary around the conventional margin for the trade. Number 7, a price structure should contain offerings at the chief price points where such price points exist. Last, a manufacturer's price structure must reflect variation in the attractiveness of individual offerings. Last, profit margin. The channel members need margins that are more than adequate to cover the costs associated with handling a particular product. Profit margin is one of the common use profitability ratios to gauge the degree to which a company or a business activity makes money. It represents what percentage of sales has turned into profits. Profit margin, ito na yung tubo o kita. Ito na yung pag-measure if kumita ba ka ba or nalugi, magkano na ba yung kinita mo. Dapat kailangan mo itong i-measure para malalaman mo kung may progress ba yung business mo, kung kumikita ka ba or what. Yun na po yung last. Next reporter, please.
So, good morning, everyone. My name is Ivy Dizon, and I will be discussing the rival and special pricing deals. The channel manager would like to set margins so that they would vary in direct proportion to functions performed by different classes of channel members. Few manufacturers have the power or cost accounting data to set margins in strict accordance with his guidelines. So, the channel manager set margins to know the functions of different channel members. The manager should be also specific in describing channel tasks in order to determine if they are all adequate. Next. So, These these are the following questions suggested by Oxenfield. Do channel members hold inventories? Do they make purchases in large or small quantities? Do they provide repair services? Do they extend credit to customers? Do they deliver? Do they help train the customer sales force? Next. Giant home improvement retailers such as Home Depot and Lowe's, for example, demand and expect to get from manufacturers prices that are as low or often lower than those received from wholesalers that buy from those same manufacturers. Next. Rival brands. Differentials in the margins available to channel members carrying competitive brands should be kept with tolerable limits. If a particular manufacturer's brand is at a clear disadvantage given the margin a channel member can obtain from it relative to another brand, and his cannot be offset by higher volumes, the channel member will not be devote much effort to promoting it. The practical question facing the channel manager attempting to apply this guideline is what levels of margin differentials are with tolerable limits. Unfortunately, there is no straightforward answer to this question. Next. So, rival brands, ito yung person, organization, team that compete with another for the same object or in the same field. So, kapag ang manufacturer marunong magpanatili ng kanilang mga consumers in electronic products such as Sony, kayang-kaya nilang independ ang mass advertising on how they will reach more people in advertising in its sales promotion para magkaroon ng strong consumers to pull its product or a strategy in which a firm will increase its demand for its product. Next. Special pricing deals offered by a manufacturer to channel members can take many forms, including higher discounts, rebates, free goods, enhanced quantity discounts, and others. The purpose behind such special pricing offers is, of course, to stimulate sales of the manufacturer's product during the period of special pricing promotion. In recent years, however, special price promotions have often become the norm in terms of channel member expectations. So the special pricing deals refers to the unique opportunity for customers to save money or to receive special benefit. So, syempre, more promotion, more sales, more customers in this period of pricing promotion. Next.
Good day, everyone. I am Pamal Divara to discuss the convectional norms in margins, margin variation on models, and price points. So let's start with convectional norms in margin. Next. Margins allowed to any type of reseller must conform to the convectional percentage norms unless a very strong case can be made from the norms. So exceptions are possible if they can be justified in the eyes of the channel members. Pero it is the job ng mga channel manager to attempt to explain sa mga channel members yung mga any kind margin changes that deviate downward from the norms. So Oxenfeld identifies na yung mga channel members mentally classify the margins as they get normal, fair, and proper. This makes it difficult para sa mga manufacturer to deviate from the conventional margin structure. The deviations must be justified in the minds of channel members, conveying the rationale behind the migration. So this has been taking the example of Goodyear tires, kung saan ay nag-increase sila ng price and conveyed that it was necessary to discourage yung mga large distributors to form undercutting its sales to small distributors. Next. Margin variation on models. Variations in margins on individual models and styles and styles of a line are permissible and expected. However, they must vary around the conventional margin for the trade. Channel members are often amenable to accepting the lower margin associated sa promotional products. So as long as they are convinced of the promotional value of the product in building the patronage. So variation in margin on a particular model is common. Yung mga manufacturer naman ay focus sa products that increase footsteps sa mga stores. So yung mga products na yun ay kinoconsider na promotional products. Next, Joy. Price points. A price structure should contain offerings at the chief price points where such price exists. So price points are specific prices, usually at the retail level, kung saan yung mga customers have become accustomed kasi failure to recognize retail price points can create ng mga problems sa mga manufacturer at saka pati na rin sa mga channel members if yung customers expect to find products at particular price points and such product are not offered. So it should be the channel manager is aware of the price points for the products to offer a competitive price. Next. Okay, next reporter po.
So, good morning, everyone. I am Len K. Banglisten. I will discuss about product variations, other issues in channel pricing, which includes exercising control using price incentives in channel market. Next. Product variations. A manufacturer's price structure must reflect variations in the attractiveness of individual product offerings. So from the word variation, means difference. So in the product variation, you should associate price differences in product features. If the price differences are not closely associated with visible or identified product features, the channel members will have a more difficult selling job. So, syempre dapat kita mo yung difference between the products, its specification, and its features. Another example dyan is, kunwari cellphone. Bibili ka ng cellphone mo, di ba? And minsan ang tinitignan natin mostly is features or specs, ganun. Yung isang phone is 128 gigabytes and amounting to 10,000. Meron naman yung isa is 64 gigabytes amounting to 8,500. So doon kita yung the difference between the products. Mas mataas yung space ng isa kaya mas mataas yung price niya. And next. So another example then is a sporting goods retailer handling a line of 5 models of tennis rackets would like to have an easy handle in the form of specific product features that salespeople can use to explain price differences to customers. The product differences between the $100 and $150 models should be made explicit. The retailer is likely to take the course of at least resistance, selling mainly the lower price model or whichever model in the line is easiest to sell. Next. So other issues in channel pricing. So there are 6 issues in channel pricing, and these are exercising control in channel pricing, changing price policies, increases through channel dual channel pricing, using price incentives in the channel, and dealing with the gray market. And now I will discuss two of those issues, and the rest will be discussed by my other group mates. Next. Exercising control in channel pricing. Because channel members typically view pricing as the area over which they have total control, there are times that channel members typically view pricing as their domain. Yet, from the manufacturer's point of view, pricing strategies must be called for some control over the channel members' pricing strategy. Next. So, the first is roll out any type of coercive approaches to controlling channel member pricing policies. Second, the manufacturer should encroach on the domain of channel member pricing policies only if the manufacturer believes that it is in his or her vital long-term strategic interest to do so. And lastly, if the manufacturer believes that it is necessary to exercise some control over member pricing, he or she should do so through friendly persuasion. Because for some manufacturers, pricing strategy can help to maintain quality image, and they also believe that stable prices are in the best long-run interest of the firm. Next. Using price incentive in the channel market. Manufacturers face difficulties gaining strong retailer acceptance and follow through on pricing promotions. Next. So in order to solve those problems, the possible solutions will be make pricing promotions as simple and straightforward as possible. You have to be clear, you have to be simple sa pricing promotions mo, dapat direct. And next solution will be design price promotion strategies to be at least as attractive to retailers as they are to consumers. So dapat yung price promotion na gagawin mo is kaakit-akit man lang sa mga retailers, and also to the consumers. Yun lang. Thank you. Next reporter.
So, good morning, everyone. I am Trisha Tolentino, and I will be discussing changing price policy, passing price increase through the channel, and dual channel pricing. So, changing price policies. Pricing policy refers to how a company sets the price of its product and services based on cost, value, demand, and competition. The terms of sales in question here are what is typically referred to in the industry as markdown money. Essentially, markdown money is a payment by apparel maker to the retailer, and usually a department store, to help offset the money to retailers lose when items do not sell at full price. So generally pricing policy refers to how a company set the price of its product and services based on cost, value, demand, and competition. Pricing strategy, on the other hand, refers to how a company uses pricing to achieve its strategic goals, such as offering lower price to increase sales volume or higher prices to decrease backlog. According to Block Curve blog, there are many factors to consider when making price change for both short and long term. First is reflect the value you provide versus the competition. Second, match what market will truly pay for your product or service. Third, support your brand. Fourth, enable you to reach your revenue and market shares goals. And lastly, maximize your profits. Next po. Passing price increase through the channel. price increase by manufacturers are virtually inevitable, and during the inflationary periods in the economy, they becomes steeper and more frequent.
Ate, wait lang. Time limit na. Ano ba to? Ano yung record? Alisin yung record.